From it's Tony time, bitches, to it's time, Tony, bitches.
Oh my god, I'm f***ing crying right now.
Tony Ferguson will have the 700,000 last fight in the UFC against Michael Chiesa in Abu Dhabi, and I will give you my official prediction for this fight in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA. It actually kind of hurts to do those videos now about Tony because, as you might know, I'm such a big Tony fan. I always loved him. It's just, it hurts so much to just see him lose and lose and lose and lose. And somehow, like, he cannot realize it or see it that it's just time. Like, it's just, stop it.
Hey, I'll ankle pick you.
You have a family at home. But anyways, that's not what this video is about, right? It's a prediction video. So, Tony Ferguson fights at welterweight again against Michael Chiesa. And I have to say, from all the fights they could make, that's definitely like a top 5 fight, in my opinion, from all the fights they could make. That fight is like in the top 5 of my favorite fights for Tony, even though it's by far not the number 1. I would rather see him against like Nick Diaz, for example. But Chiesa is an older guy. He is pretty slow.
Too slow and too stiff.
He has 0 wins by KO in his UFC career. He's not the most dangerous guy for Tony. It's not like Chiesa is like, oh, like when they meshed him up against Li Jingliang, I was like, what the hell is going on here? You want to kill him? But Chiesa is not a guy that makes me very scared for Tony. But still, he is fighting a guy that is 4 years younger than him, that took way less damage than him, that is in much better physical condition than him, because Tony really, like in his last few fights, he really looked like he aged 10 years in the past 3 years. It really hurts to watch. Whilst I still somehow in my brain think maybe he can get it done, I'm also kind of scared if he gets it done, because can you imagine if Tony gets a win? He will never let go.
Whoa!
I do believe if he loses that, if he wins, if he loses, whatever happens, they will cut him. They need to cut him. They can't let him eat as much as a star is, as much as he sells and brings asses in the seats. You cannot let this guy continue to fight. But the problem is, even if they cut him, he will probably just go to karate combat or something. I don't think he will stop until he probably can't do it no more because of his brain or something. But anyways, it is a better matchup than the last couple ones, but still, Tony Ferguson, he's just so slow by now. As I said, Chiesa's also not the fastest, but I think Chiesa probably even has a speed advantage over Tony, which is kind of crazy. But think about it, this fight happened 5 years ago. He absolutely murders Chiesa, in my opinion. He is, at this stage of their career, the better wrestler. Tony seems to get taken down by everyone nowadays. And Chiesa is a wrestler. He has 50% takedown accuracy in his fights. And I do believe he will probably get Tony down. I do believe he can hold him down. Tony has a lot of good submissions from his back. I would love to see Tony submit Chiesa with a dart stroke or something, because don't forget, Tony Ferguson is famous for his "Das choke." And Michael Chiesa has a past of getting tapped out by dart strokes. That is just a fact. So that's the only light of hope that I see. But at the same time, it's like Tony is not the same anymore, like the one that used to tap everyone with dart strokes. Like, he had Paddy in a pretty nice one in their fight, as far as I remember. But still, like, the chances of him catching Chiesa are just not big enough for me to like really take that into consideration. But I really hope that would happen. And let's also look at the past 2 years of their career. Normally, I always try to find something significant in the past 2 years of their career. But with those two guys, I mean, in the past 2 years, Chiesa fought once against Kevin Holland, got submitted. Kevin Holland is at a much different stage of his career than Tony. It's not really an opponent that you can compare. Kevin Holland is very fast. He's everything that Tony isn't anymore. So I don't think that's the best fight as a reference, but he got tapped out by a dart stroke in his last fight against Kevin Holland. As we just talked about the dart strokes of Tony, right? I think he still has the most dart strokes in UFC history. And Tony in his last 2 years fought against Nate Diaz, got choked out by guillotine by Nate Diaz, fought Paddy Pimblett.
Barbie what?
Paddy Pimblett.
Barbie Pimblett.
Got decisions, but pretty hard. Like he was dominated by Paddy Pimblett. And he fought, who did he fight? Bobby or King Green. And there, yeah, he hurt Bobby once. And yeah, there was the eye poke. But Tony, I don't know how compromised he really was by that, but you never know. Also there, he got choked out. So on the ground, he used to be such a threat on the ground, and now I feel like whenever the fight is the ground with Tony, he ends up losing there, which is something I just don't like against a guy like Chiesa. My opinion is, or my prediction is that Chiesa will probably just have not a bad performance on the feet.
He hasn't.
I do think he will strike with Tony, and he will probably outstrike him in terms of volume, but not land anything too significant. Maybe Tony even hurts him at one stage. Chiesa will just try to take him down a lot, will be successful with his takedowns in my opinion, and will be able to just hold Tony down and win a not too crazy, interesting decision. I think it will be a 3-round decision, even though I do pray so much that Tony somehow gets it done. I would be so happy about that. But I have to pick smart with my brain, not with my heart. So I picked Michael Chiesa by unanimous decision against Tony Ferguson in Abu Dhabi. Blades and Shades, champ shit only, home team, XTA, whatever other hashtags he always uses. Tony Ferguson, we love you, champ, but your time is over. I'm really sorry. Please hang it up. We love you. Anyways, guys, write your predictions in the comments. Do you think El Cucuy can make a comeback, will be the champion again? Write it all in the comments, guys. Would love to hear your takes. Check out the Bloodshop merch, bloodshop.net. We have an 11% discount with the code SUMMER plus worldwide free shipping with the code FREE. Check it out, you guys. I would appreciate your support. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. It would mean a lot. Check out the memberships on the channel that are available. Would appreciate that as well, obviously. It would support me a lot. Stay bloody, you guys. Until the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.